Hello there. This is day 6 of my winter training along. So that means it's gonna be another power day today. So these days for me are a bit more of just a training focused day, where I basically just do some campus boarding, some weighted pull-ups, and some stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the training clips now and kind of just voice over and let you know what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling for each of these. Alrighty, so starting out here, I did a good long warm up, and then I'm getting some campus latches. So basically, you want to jump up to what I'm doing is the 5 rung and basically hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds. So since I'm not quite strong enough to just hold that position, what I'm doing is I have my bottom hand down on the 1 rung, give me a little bit of support for that top hand to fully engage on that 5 rung. I'm doing 3 reps on one side, and then doing 3 reps on the other side. So a total of 6 reps total between each side. So, yeah, this workout actually I felt a lot stronger than last week. I don't know if I'm just less fatigued than last week or if the training is really paying off. I feel like one big thing I'm gonna go back to throughout the entire video here is just about my technique on mainly campus boarding, but also the weighted pull-ups as well. My technique definitely needs work, and you'll be able to see that for sure on the campus boarding. It's like my technique definitely has worked. So this here is going to come up with our second set. So I did this for 3 sets, so a total of 9 reps on each arm. This is just a really good way to warm up, like kind of get your body ready to campus board and really train that contact strength, which is really important for obviously a lot of dynamic movements. But yeah, technique. This can be a big thing. The biggest thing is I don't think I'm keeping my core engaged enough. I'm going to talk about this a lot when I go and switch over to the next exercise, but it's really something I want to focus more on in the future, because I think that getting the technique down will help me to push what I'm actually trying to push, which is obviously the finger strength and the back and the pulling strength. But yeah, I really like this workout. This exercise here, because like I said, it really gets you ready to campus board, but also it just trains that instantaneous contact strength, which is something that doesn't often happen. You can't really train that super easily. The other thing that I would usually do for something like this is I would go to a spray wall or a 45-degree wall or something like that. I would grab one hold with one hand and then jump to another hold with the other hand and try to hold it. And I would do that a few times on each side. I think the campus boarding is just campus board is a little bit of a better place to do that because it's kind of made for it. So yeah, with time, the ways to make this harder, obviously to take off the bottom hand or to get the top hand higher, so that 1, you have to jump farther, and 2, it also makes it so that your bottom hand is farther away from you, meaning that you can pull less with it. So that's definitely something to think about. And if you're curious about the arm angle, I was shooting for around 120 degrees, give or take, 135, 120 degrees, just a good bit, above that straight arm, but obviously nowhere quite near locked off at that 90 degree, kind of in a happy medium. So yeah, this is that first one, and I'm really just, thinking about pulling hard, thinking about almost pulling through, like I feel like I'm really pulling harder than I need to on these. So yeah, it is also, I didn't say this before, but these are all on, this is a 20 mil edge I'm on here on the campus board. So this is the next workout here. And this one is going to be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So this is a lot of moves, big campus. And this is where you can really see the technique starting to really falter, is where my body is just swinging back and forth. And it's definitely not ideal. So I don't exactly know if I got all of them, but I did 4 reps, 2 starting with 2 with right hand, starting 2 left hand. I think I recorded them all. I'm not exactly sure though. Yeah, I remember this one I really had a tough time sticking left hand how I wanted it. That's just because my left hand is super weak. But yeah, it's still you can see definitely some technique breakdown here, which is obviously not very ideal. So they're moving in. This is actually my 3rd and final campus board exercise, where basically I was trying to go 2, 5, 7, which is basically a 1, 4, 6. So I'm trying this on the right and the left. It's basically a 1, 4, 6, but I moved it up 1 because I'm a little too tall. And it was just really hard to pull through after those last few exercises. I'm taking around 2 to 3 minutes rest in between sets for the most part. Other than obviously this exercise, we can see only take about 30 seconds. But yeah, so I was trying to go that full basically 1, 4, 6, but I couldn't quite hit that. either way. Like I basically just about touched it. So then this next set here that's gonna come up, I went ahead and did a 1, 4, 5.5, or in my case a 2, 5, 6.5, and I ended up hitting that on both sides, which was super good, super nice. That felt really good to get. But yeah, I really felt a lot stronger today than last week. I don't know really what that's about because I definitely felt a little bit tired for last week's session of this same one, this power session. But also it's like I just felt good. I don't know. Like it was interesting. I really just felt good today. I felt like I was able to pull harder than I was last time. And I think especially for something like campus boarding where obviously my technique is still quite bad, I think it'll get a lot better as I do it the next few weeks. I'll improve quite rapidly. So this is the final workout today, final exercise. I like to keep these days a little bit shorter because I want to be able to make sure that every rep is super good. So this is my weighted pull-up training. So what I do is I do an assisted one-arm pull-up because that's just what I enjoy doing the most. And again, the technique needs work. My technique was actually getting better from set to set. So I went ahead and did 3 sets of this, of 3 reps on each arm. I actually skipped the first set because I did 20 pounds on the assisted just to kind of warm up into it a little bit. This now here is 15 pounds on the assistants. So it's basically body weight minus 15 pounds on the pulley, which I'm pulling through my other arm. So you'll see I hadn't really used this setup much before because I had a little bit of a different setup at my other gym. So I'm still trying to get used to it a little bit. And I think by the 3rd set, which you'll see after this, I finally was able to figure it out all the way, which was nice to figure that out finally. But yeah, this is 15 pounds is pretty good for triples. The most I've done is I think 5 pounds for a single. It's either 5 or 7.5 for a single, but obviously triple. Like, see, this time I went completely back the other way, and I was like, wait, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be going straight up. So yeah, I fixed that. But yeah, it's like the triples obviously makes it way harder. I have to really fight for that last rep in every set. But yeah, only minus 15 pounds is not bad for triples. And then yeah, this is gonna be my 3rd set of weighted pull-ups. This was the last set I did. And yeah, I just really felt strong because last week when I did this, I did minus 20 pounds, and I was pretty much struggling just as bad. So it's a really good sign that I'm pulling a little bit stronger. Obviously, I'm still learning about these movements and still getting better at them. So it's just really nice to see that that's paying off. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm going to do a little wrap up here after this. So I'm just going to finish up with this clip and then do a little bit of a wrap up and kind of talk about some things. And I think that this format will actually probably be what I'll do for the foreseeable future, unless I change a few little things around. But yeah, the biggest thing is that last week I didn't have any footage for my training session, which for this session here, the training session, which made it a bit tough because I'm kind of just saying words and a lot of people probably don't know exactly what I'm alluding to. But yeah, finally on the right hand here, trying to battle out these last 3 reps of the session, just get that done. And then, yeah, all right, sick. Yeah, so that was the session. Really good power session. After that, the only other thing that I did was 2 sets of dips after for I think it was about 11 or 12 reps each. And that's just part of my antagonistic work I do after every workout. I do a different antagonistic exercise after each session. And that really just helps me to feel more well-balanced. And I've really been enjoying doing that. It just helps me feel a bit better. So any notes, any little things I have to ramble about really quick. First of all, I've been warming up on a lot of slab because I've been trying to break in my new shoes. But I think what I'll end up doing is I need to sample more because there's a lot of routes in the gym I've realized that I have not climbed. And I'm like, why won't I climb them? Because I'm only going to be here another 3 weeks or so. So I need to sample everything I can, get all the different movesets under my belt and utilize my warm up for what it is to, learn about new movement and refine new movement. So I think I'm definitely going to pivot and try to focus on more different stuff versus just a few climbs just to break in my shoes, which I think is a bit of a bad technique. Other than that, I'm really happy with the session. I really enjoy the campus board. I think that it has a bad rap because it's very easy to injure yourself on, and it's very easy to do incorrectly. But I think I'm now finally at the point in my climbing career, at the strength level, where it's kind of going to be beneficial because all the campusing I'm doing is on a 20 mil edge. And I think any bigger than that, you're not really getting the finger strength benefits that you are from it. because that's kind of why I enjoy it. You're basically doing hangboarding and kind of like a explosive pull-up variation, both mixed in one, which makes it a lot more interesting to me. But yeah, I really enjoy doing this once a week because I think that's all I need for training. The biggest thing that scares me is being one of those guys who's super strong but has very bad technique. And I think I'm already kind of falling into that trap a little bit of, I think my strength does slightly outweigh my technique. Obviously, it's strength and skill is what a lot of people say it as, and I think my strength is a little bit greater than my skill currently. So I really just want to continue to work on climbing as a main workout, which is why obviously 3 of my sessions are climbing, and I still do a climbing warm-up in this session. So I think that's good that I'm still focusing on that just to keep the skill part a little bit at bay. But yeah, I don't want to ramble on for too long. This video is already getting a bit long, but yeah, I'm really excited for this day. I think they went really well for day 6, and I'm excited to get this second week done, and then I have a little trip coming up after that. So yeah, great power day, and hope you guys enjoy this newer format.